It's 2/22/22.
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
How perfect is that?
It's Jonte and Rich. And we are live in the studio. You can call us at 877-937-1047. So in celebration of 2/22/22/22, Kyle came up with a theme for everybody. So what's the theme, Kyle?
Tie-dye, tutus, tiaras, and ties.
So we got ties. I got tie-dye. And there's a couple tutus back there. But no tiaras?
I got a bunch of tiaras.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
Okay,
they're
good.
right there.
They're just really heavy, so I feel like they're going to be for photo purposes only.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Those are
Nice.
cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
We
that
got
little
them
one.
all.
Well, then we have everything.
We've got it all.
You were ready for
You
2/22/22.
can wear this one.
Oh, oh my. I'm going to put that in my
I actually thought I had more tiaras at home. But
How,
Is it cute?
How do you have so many tiaras at home?
She's a
I'm
princess.
a pretty big Halloween person, and I keep all said costumes. So I was like going through bins upon bins yesterday. I'm like, I didn't realize I had so many tutus. I'll have to bring these in too.
You know, all I had was a tie, but I didn't stress because I knew you were going to bring extra stuff. I was like, Kyle's got me.
I do.
I had a tie-dye shirt, one tie-dye shirt, which is this one, and it was in a pile to go to Goodwill. And it's my Rosati's tie-dye shirt. And
You pulled it out?
I pulled it out. I've never worn it. I put it on just to come for today. So
See, that's why you don't get rid of stuff.
I know, but I have a whole.
Yeah,
I was cleaning my
right.
closet all weekend long, and just throwing stuff in these big piles of stuff, and now my closet's a disaster.
And now it's coming back out already. It didn't even make it to Goodwill. It's already come out
It
of
was
the
in the
Goodwill
Goodwill.
box.
I took it out to put it on today for Tie-Dye Tuesday. Can we chat a little bit about Euphoria? It's consumed me so much.
Oh no, I didn't see the latest episode.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't ruin anything for me, but we can chat. Let's chat.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
Well,
to
it's
run
not. I don't know if
anything.
it ruined anything for you, except for there's a possibility. There's something's going on with Fezco, and it's like really frustrating because you don't want him to not be on the show, and it looks like there's only one episode left, right? So it's like really frustrating. There's that. Then there's is anyone here caught up on Inventing Anna? Oh, Grant did.
Yeah.
I watched Inventing. I finished it. And I became semi-obsessed with that show, too. That's #1 on Netflix still. I thought Kanye was going to bump that off. But that's #1 on Netflix still, Inventing Anna. And I really got into that show where I went to Hulu and watched the 2020 episode on her. I started watching all kinds of stuff on this woman, and I still don't understand how this woman stayed at all these extremely expensive hotels and owed them like $60,000, $30,000 and stayed there for weeks, months. And her way around it would be like, oh, my bank will send you a wire transfer. Like if I check into the DoubleTree, they want my credit card right there.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like if I said, my bank will transfer you the money tomorrow. Like I don't know how that works.
They need to see the money first.
But somehow she pulled it off. And the main girl, that Anna Delvey, she was even posting as recent as yesterday. She's like out of prison and she's like posting, trashing the people that are the actual people that are on the show. Like if you're following that drama, it's pretty intense. And are any of you guys watching 1883?
No.
No. I don't know why that hasn't caught my attention yet because I loved Yellowstone.
Yeah, it's a prequel to Yellowstone. I'm almost done with it. I've been watching that over the weekend too. I watched a lot of TV over the weekend. I rewatched Kanye too.
You did.
I had to because it was so good. I had to go back and pay attention to it again and think it's just a mastermind, just a master class documentary.
What more did you notice? I mean, the first time you watched, you were like, I paid attention to his jeans, what his zipper was like, what sort of washing he had in his shoes.
It was more like I wasn't paying attention to little things. I was more just listening and watching. I mean, the guy's a genius. I mean, to know and what a gift to have this video of this guy from over 20 years ago, and he's explaining, he's manifesting everything, and the conversations with his mom and how supportive his mom was when his mom knows her favorite rap. Remember that rap you did in 6th grade? And she's doing that.
And she's rapping it too.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
every
that.
word.
I mean, and the whole H to the Izzo, how that came out. I mean, just everything. That
Beyonce.
just the Beyonce in the background. I was there. Were they dating then? Like, where was that?
I
Was she
know.
just
That's
a fan?
so funny. Suzette and I were trying to do the math. We were like, wait a minute.
What year was
At
this?
that point, I think she was just like hanging out.
But when you see Kanye,
Was she making music?
when Kanye goes to that Rockefeller party and Jay-Z's there, and it's kind of like he's standing in line and just kind of shake hands. Like
Right.
it's almost like they're not to that level yet, and now you know that they became great friends,
Like brothers.
and then they got into a fight. But to know that he got to that level, it's just an unbelievable documentary, man. It's just fantastic. What else? Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker finale was this weekend. That DC one, that was very satisfying. If you're a DC person, a nice little cameo at the end It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
You got some big DC people, like legit DC actual superheroes in there. I thought it was really, really, really
I
good.
actually texted Suzette the spoiler because I didn't know she wasn't watching it. I was like, because you see Aquaman on there. Well, but that's and a handful of other people. But Aquaman, to see Jason Momoa dropping the F-bomb and talking about really
terrible things.
terrible things,
Oh.
like you don't really expect that from
Right.
a superhero. So that was pretty shocking too. That's on HBO Max. And that's it for TV. Any other TV?
Love is Blind. Are you watching Love is Blind,
Yep.
Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. That's like such a great experiment that I think is way more successful than The Bachelor, because aren't like several couples, or at least a few couples, still married from season 1?
Yeah, the only one I know from season 1 is Barnett and his wife. Maybe one other couple. I don't know. But the second season dropped and it's so good.
It's
It's
so good.
bizarre seeing people like it's almost like you get to be a fly on the wall in these people's dates, but they can't see each other. Like they're in these pods and they're just talking and they're connecting on these really deep emotional levels in like 5 or 6 days. And then at the end of the first or second week, they're engaged to be married and they haven't even seen each other yet. And they're like, no one would ever understand unless you're actually part of this, how deep the connection is. It usually takes months or even years to develop this with people, but you take all the physical out and that's all you can focus on. And these
Kinda
people
works.
are like so in love.
Yeah. And then there's people that are torn between two people that they haven't met, and they come back and they're like, I made a mistake. I should have told you how I felt. And now there's people like, did I pick the wrong person? And they haven't even seen him yet. They haven't seen him at all. They've just talked to him through a wall.
Well, it's real popular. It's number 2 on Netflix.
It's really interesting to
good.
watch.
Is that one of those shows that will drop weekly on Netflix, or is it all out?
I don't know. I've watched 4 episodes,
Also, it might be all out.
so it might be all out.
Yeah, I think I'm on 3. I don't know how much is out yet. But I know Nick Lachey comes out and he says, he introduced himself, and it's such a weird intro.
It was really
Where
weird.
his wife says, hi, this is Love is Blind. I'm Vanessa Lachey. And Nick says, and I'm obviously Nick Lachey.
He's like, and I'm Nick Lachey, obviously. You're like, cool, Nick.
What? Why is that obvious?
It was really awkward. That's so funny. That you
Did
pointed
you pick
out.
up on
It
that
was-
too?
Yeah, I was
okay,
like,
we gotta find
obviously.
it. We gotta play it. It's such a
Okay.
thing to pull apart.
Why is that obvious?
Yeah,
I
why?
know.
And then his wife says, obviously, and then everybody laughs hysterically.
Well, I
but
mean,
what?
obviously, like they knew they hosted the show, so yes, obviously. But to say obviously is very awkward.
It's really weird. And then you don't really see them again. At least I haven't.
It's not like live or anything, right? It's not
No.
like the
Oh,
end.
definitely
The
not.
last episode isn't. It's already done. The whole
Done.
thing is
Ah.
done. Okay.
So
good.
they are in the pods, they're dating, and the only way that they can see the other person is if they get engaged. Then they get to meet, then they go back to their respective like women's living quarters, men's living quarters, and then they get to go on like a romantic vacation in Mexico together to see if like the physical is as deep as the emotional. And there's one girl who actually, she was like, I'm so in love with this guy, can't wait to marry him. And then she sees him and she's like, I was so sure and now I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh,
see?
yeah.
So
And
it
they're
doesn't
not
matter what
overly.
they,
They're
doesn't
not
matter
overly-
what they look like.
Right.
It does matter. But for the others, they're like, as they're getting ready to meet the person, like, I do not care what this person looks like. I've imagined them a million different ways. I've imagined them looking like an ogre, and it's fine. Like, I will still love them. And then there goes this girl. She's like, yeah, I'm not really physically attracted to him.